Welcome to another live stream of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Tap in, tap the fuck in. What we on today, Mr. Roll Up? Hey, look, here to talk about Diddy, man. Tap in, tap the fuck in. What Diddy then did? Hey, this is what he ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. What you mean what he ain't do? Hey, look, according to reports on Google, they saying he more than likely is not gonna take the stand, and this is the problem. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Man, look, Diddy best bet is to go ahead and get up there on that stand and say whatever you got to say. Because if he don't, he just gonna go down with this shit by himself. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. I know a lot of y'all thinking like, oh well, that's the way how he should go out. He should go down by himself. Nah, that only applied if Diddy was in the streets. And guess what? Diddy wasn't in those streets. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. And for that exact reason, this is why he need to get up there and tell on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. I don't know, dog. I tell you one thing, his ass cooked. So he better go ahead and take with him whoever you gonna take with him. You know what I'm saying? Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, let's get it. Now, what's your issue with Diddy, Mr. Roll Up? My issue is this: he need to go ahead and tell on everybody that had something to do with what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't, his ass gonna let all of them people slide. You know what I'm saying? And that is not how you do it. Not in his situation. Because this ain't something that he started or made or created on his own. This right here is from a team of people that put him on to doing some shit and he did it. So he need to take all of them with him. You know what I'm saying? Seabass Gueptier. Damn, I can't even say it. My bad. What's the deal? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Now look, I'm gonna play this video for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is coming from TMZ. Y'all know Harvey Levine, right? You know, he like the main host of this shit, right? All right, he gonna speak on this Diddy situation. It's a 9 minute and 30-second video, and I'm gonna play the whole video. I want y'all to listen to everything, but I'm gonna cut in and say what I gotta say. You know, here we go.
He testified, yeah, I would set up hotel rooms for freak-offs. I would sometimes buy drugs for Diddy, do things like that. Okay, what does that have to do with racketeering? Today was a good day for the defense. I think the defense, in many ways, may have won today, and I think this is stunning. But we may get a verdict in the Diddy case next week. Next week. We thought that the defense was going to spend 2 weeks presenting a case. They are going to spend at most 2 days, maybe only 1 day. And that day is going to come early next week. The prosecution is expected to finish Monday. And that means on Tuesday, the defense has its day. Maybe goes into Wednesday, maybe not. And then they have closing arguments. They may have rebuttal, but I doubt it because the defense isn't going to put on that many witnesses. And so they do closing arguments. The judge gives instructions. And on Friday, I could see the jury deliberating. And what's interesting is we're now coming up on a holiday. We're coming up close to the 4th of July. And I can tell you, having covered decide on guilt or innocence is a holiday. That juries typically want to finish before any kind of an extended holiday. They also like to finish on Fridays so they don't have to spend the weekend worrying and coming back on Monday. So I'm not saying this is going to be a one-day verdict, but it could be. And I know that when juries think we have travel plans, we have plans over the weekend, it may not be right, but it is just human nature that they reach a verdict. They reach a consensus. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. And honestly, my gut is that they're going to be split on racketeering. Although, again, I don't know. And after O.J. Simpson, I've stopped making predictions. But my guess is that racketeering is going to be a hard one. And I mean, today, Brendan Paul testifies. He is the, quote, drug mule, although he denies being that. That was arrested. He was arrested at the airport in Miami the day Diddy's houses were searched. And he testified, I would set up hotel rooms for freak-offs. I would sometimes buy drugs for Diddy, do things like that. Okay. What does that have to do with racketeering? I mean, it's legal to set up a hotel room, and it's illegal to buy drugs. But if buying drugs is racketeering, I live in Los Angeles, and I would say that there must be several 100,000 people who are going to be guilty of racketeering, who have drug dealers. That is not racketeering. And, we get back to this whole thing about racketeering, that it really is kind of organized crime, where you have a business which is a subterfuge for some illegal operation. Diddy is a disorganized criminal. He's scattered all over the place. Get him, get her, do this, do that. He's a terrible boss, and he is a criminal for all of the things that have come out. But is he a racketeer? It is not the traditional view of racketeering. And I say that again with Brandon Paul. I'm just not seeing it. And as a matter of fact, one of the reasons I said Diddy won today is that, on cross-examination, Diddy's lawyers asked Brandon Paul, what about Jade, who was involved in the freak-offs, and the prosecution said she was coerced? Well, they asked Brandon Paul, did you see any evidence of coercion? And he said no. Again, I am not saying whether Jane or Cassie was coerced, was not coerced. I'm just saying when somebody testifies to that, and it's the prosecution who called that person, you got to wonder, why did the prosecution call Brendan Paul? How much good did Brendan Paul do for the prosecution in terms of proving racketeering? I don't see it. But in terms of talking about consent, since he saw Jane, that seems to help the defense. So I don't quite understand that game. So we are now coming upon what could be a very interesting jury deliberation. And there are three real elements here. One is racketeering, which I've talked about. My gut tells me there's going to be a split, at least initially, on racketeering. On the issue of consent, whether Cassie and Jane were coerced, again, I think the most powerful evidence at this point is that airplane trip back from France, where Cassie says Diddy showed me one of the freak-off videos and said, unless you do a freak-off in New York, I'm going to release the video. That's classic coercion. If the jury believes it, I think he's going to get convicted. But I haven't seen much more where they've shown that. And we will see on the coercion side. I don't know. On the side of just the Mann Act, of showing, did you transport a sex worker across state lines, give them money for the purpose of prostitution?
Regardless, if he get found on the racketeering or not, he's still through. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. That sex trafficking is the same as racketeering. You know what I'm saying? They just using the racketeering basically to just seal the deal on his ass. But that sex trafficking gonna book him anyway. Blackwood, what's the deal, my dog? Tap in. tap the fuck in. Hold up. Let's get back to it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done. I'm gonna let he got, a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna let him finish up.
Can easily see the jury coming back unanimously and saying yes to that. And I think that is going to be the most interesting charge, because you may have some jurors who say, I want to convict him of something, but I'm not quite feeling racketeering and not even feeling the consent issue, but at least I can get him on the Mann Act. So I could see saying that. On the other hand, you might have some jurors saying, well, I want to get him on the Mann Act, but I'm not sure of the other two. And since I've convicted him on one,
kick off the summer with the summer sales event. Adventure is calling. Now at Chrysler Dodge Jeep.
Him on one, I may let the other two go. So if I'm able to convey what I hope I am, is that this is a very complicated, dynamic process of a jury, in some ways, horse trading. And that is what goes on. Again, everybody thinks, oh, it's just by the book. You look at the jury instructions. There is horse trading going on sometimes in jury deliberation rooms where they want to reach a consensus and they got to figure out, how do you do it? And sometimes it could be that somebody is very persuasive saying, look, if you're really not sure on this one or this one, fine, we'll say not guilty. But here, he's guilty. And the thing that everybody's thinking of is, how long is this going to go on? That you can't do it indefinitely. And they've already invested so much time, they don't want to end up with a hung jury and a mistrial. And that's a very unsatisfied, hollow feeling. So they want to come up with something. And if they're divided, that's where horse trading often comes into play. So we are going into a weekend. Next week is going to be very, very interesting, because I think the jury is going to have this case next week unless something really unexpected happens. And I do want to say one other thing. The defense initially said that they were going to spend 2 weeks. So you got to wonder, why 1 or 2 days instead of 2 weeks? So it could be a variety of things, but my gut tells me that they don't have necessarily the strongest witnesses to call, number one, to rebut what the jury has already heard. But even more so, maybe they feel that they've got enough reasonable doubt that if they look strong and say, we don't need to rebut a lot, all we need is a day or two to button certain things up, and then we're going to give it to the jury. There's a feeling of confidence that the defense shows by doing something like that can telegraph to the jury, where the jury thinks, they don't think the prosecution proved their case, so they didn't have to do the full 2 weeks. Well, they might, and they're giving us a break because we don't have to sit through 2 more weeks of testimony. So there's a lot at play here, but I would say to you, be ready, because we may get a verdict in United States versus Sean Combs next week.
All right. Now y'all heard that, right? Nah. I'm going to read this off to y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Before I go ahead and say what I got to say. So, I Googled, will Diddy testify on the stand? You know what I'm saying? I Googled, right? And this is what it said. It said, regarding whether Sean Diddy Combs will take the stand in his ongoing trial, it is highly likely that he will not testify. Now, it got points as to why he won't be testifying. You know what I'm saying? Well, more than likely, why he won't testify. You know, I ain't gonna go into all of that, you know. But basically, what they saying is that if he testify, it's gonna incriminate him. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what his defense want him to do. So this is why they saying more than likely he won't testify, because Soon as he open his mouth, he gonna incriminate himself. You know what I'm saying? And just like we all know, when you catch a case, you're not supposed to open your mouth at all. You know what I'm saying? From the interrogation room to the courthouse, you're not supposed to open your mouth at all. The only person you're supposed to talk to is your lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to get on no stand and say nothing. You're not supposed to say nothing in the interrogation room. You're not supposed to say nothing when the cops arresting you. Nothing, nothing, nothing. You're not supposed to open your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. Because when you open your mouth, you placing yourself at the crime. You know what I'm saying? They already locking you up for the damn crime, and now you speaking on it, placing yourself at the crime. So you incriminating yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Black Wood, you see I'm back on my Dutch. I told you I don't like doing woods. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dutch is simple and easy and they hit better. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? They don't want Diddy to incriminate himself. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's understood. That's very, very smart. You know? But that's only smart if you gonna beat your case. It's only smart when you have a good chance that you're gonna beat your case. It's only smart when they don't have no evidence on you. It's only smart to stay silent, depending on what they do and don't have on you. But at this point in Diddy's situation, he fried. You know what I'm saying? So what's the point of not speaking at this point? Why not? He done anyway, no matter how you look at it. Okay, with the racketeering and the sex trafficking, he could beat the racketeering right now. Okay, he wasn't doing no racketeering. That was free will, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the sex trafficking, he booked anyway. The jury gonna find him guilty on the sex trafficking, flat out. You know what I'm saying? Nah, the drink poured. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this one I don't really do the beer thing. You know what I'm saying? Drink getting the beard, weed getting the beard is a job to keep up a fucking beard, man. I always cut my beard in the summer, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead rock this motherfucker, just see how long I can go without having to cut it. But I don't know. I might cut this motherfucker one day, might not. But I think I'm gonna keep it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know, that's that blow shit. You know, you be blow, you just you know get to throwing shit in there. I ain't trying to sidetrack this Diddy shit. It's just some blow shit, right? And I already been drinking before I even came on the camera anyway. That's why I was late. You know what I'm saying? Like I be on some blow shit. You know. Anyway, like I said with Diddy, you know, he know he fried. It ain't no chance of him beating his case. No way, no how. So it's not smart for him to not get on the stand. Like he he don't have to worry about incriminating himself. They got the tapes. You know what I'm saying? They got all the evidence that was in the houses. They got video footage and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got videos of himself recording. You know what I'm saying? During these free calls and shit like that. Like it's over with. Then not only that, you've been on trial for the past 30 days. And everybody told on you. Even your own drug mule. Everybody done told on you. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, why is you keeping your mouth closed? You might as well go ahead and take Hollywood down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like this, right? Here's the issue with that. The internet, as of right now, is saying more than likely. It's not saying it's a guarantee he not. It's just saying more than likely he's not going to take the stand, right? And I'm gonna say this: coming from the criminal side, you know what I'm saying, being in the system, and I know how the system works. At any given moment, Diddy can say, you know what, I do want to speak up. You know what I'm saying? He could wait till the day before his sentence. You know what I'm saying? And he can say, hey, I want to speak up. Guess what? The court want to hear it. So it don't matter what they got to do. If they got to reschedule his sentencing or whatever the case is, they will do it so that they can hear whatever it is that he got to say. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm getting at with it. Hopefully he do take that route. Hopefully what I'm saying is right now I'm thinking he trying to play the not let him see me sweat. You know what I'm saying? Quotation. Don't let him see you sweat. I think that's what he playing right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nigga, you all business. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you better all just go ahead giving everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody done told on you. They got all the evidence. You know what I'm saying? They got paperwork. They got all type of shit on you. You not getting out this shit. You know what I'm saying? They federally indicted you. Federally indicted. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have a bond. You know what I'm saying? When they book you on a no bond, bro, that means you bald business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a bond. Everybody get a bond. When they book you no bond, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because they can set your bond at something crazy. They can set your bond at $1 billion. They could have said, well, look, when they locked up Diddy, right? That day, the next day, whatever, when he got arraigned and he seen the judge and everything, and the judge said no bond, the judge could have said, you know what? $1 billion bond. 1 billion, not 1 million. You could have said your bond is set at $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy as hell. But guess what? The judge know not to do that. Because the judge know that Diddy can come up with $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? And get up out that bitch. That's why he got no bond. Nah. Not letting you out. It's over with. Got too much on you. You know what I'm saying? The Feds been watching you for years. You know what I'm saying? They got everything that they need on you. It's over. So with that being said, Diddy know he done. So with that being said, you might as well go ahead and pull that Uno reverse card on them. You know what I'm saying? All them people that told on you, tell on them. Fuck you. Hey, just like all of them got up here on the stand and said, I did this, I did that, I was over here, I was over there. Guess what? Them same people was there with me. You know what I'm saying? Them same people book flights and, homes, different workers, and blah, 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 blah. They did the laughing and giggling and pouring up the bottles when it was going on. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and book their ass too. Nah. How is it that they was able to get on the stand and say anything against him? Because they was there. No matter how you put it, they was there. You know what I'm saying? So it's another quote saying from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the actual person that done whatever they being accused of, he have his day to speak. This is the point where Diddy is at. Now he gets to have his day to speak. Coming from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the actual accuser, the accusee, whatever you want to call him. You know what I'm saying? The system will reset whatever they have to hear Diddy out. If Diddy say he want to get on the stand. You know why? Because that's going to unveil the whole underworld of Hollywood. And as soon as Diddy open his mouth and say something, the feds is gonna be on everybody. They gonna come get everybody. Diddy gonna be good and gone off the prison. But all of them people that Diddy can get up there and place at the scene, all of them is going to the feds. And guess what happened when they get them people? Them people gonna tell on other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna be an ongoing thing. Like, it's gonna be clean house type shit. You feel me? Like, we gonna have a whole new line of Hollywood if Diddy will get up there on the stand and say, hey, it was this person that happened, that, because it's over, bro. It's over for Diddy anyway. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So before they go ahead and close the book on you, go ahead and air their ass out. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with whatever you got to deal with in prison anyway. You don't got no choice. You got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever them boys gonna do to you when you get there, you got to deal with that anyway. So you might as well go ahead and speak your truth and unveil the underbelly of Hollywood. Because them freak offs, I can guarantee you, I will bet my pair of drawers I got on my ass right now to all of your money that Diddy did not start this freak off shit. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Diddy, he is just the face of this whole freak off situation, whatever is going on with it. He just the face of it. You know what I'm saying? You got people that brought him into this game. Them the big fish. You know what I'm saying? The ones that brought him into this shit, the ones that made him a millionaire, a billionaire, own this company, own that company, doing this, doing that. Them people right there. You know what I'm saying? So if Diddy about to go down because of all of them same people, because all them same people put him in this space, you know, to be doing what he did. So he could take all them down with him. Come on, all of y'all, YouTube, blah, 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 all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the Fed's gonna hop right on it. And the Fed's gonna put everything together and everybody gonna fall like dominoes. You know what I'm saying? That'll be the smart thing for Diddy to do. Shit. Again, Diddy ain't start this shit by himself. You know what I'm saying? Nah, let's go back to the 90s. Let's go back to Bad Boy days. Biggie Smalls, you know what I'm saying? Back in them times, Mace, Diddy and Mace, you know what I'm saying? Let's go back there. How about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we back in the 90s. When Bad Boy Records was pounding. Late 90s, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Back in that time, Bad Boy Records was on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? The major 3 record companies back at that time was Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Birdman, Wayne, Hot Boys, all of them, they was killing the streets. You know what I'm saying? On the Cash Money record. You know what I'm saying? Then you had No Limit, Master P and his crew, all of them, they was killing the streets. You know what I'm saying? And then you had Bad Boy Records. You know what I'm saying? Them was like the top 3. Now, of course, there was a lot more going on. You know what I'm saying? You had the West Coast doing their thing and everything. You know, I'm just saying them 3 right there. You know, them was like the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen. Diddy was in all the videos, dancing and shaking and all of that in all the videos, right? Just like Suge Knight said. You know what I'm saying? Nigga dancing in all the videos and all that shit. Yes, that's what Diddy was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? Back when the bad boy shit first started popping off. You know what I'm saying? Well, we all know that Biggie Smalls was his man's. You know what I'm saying? He was always with him. All of that. Boom, Biggie got killed. He gone. We don't know what happened. Somebody shot him. You know. Now it's coming out that Biggie uh, didn't just get shot and killed. Now they saying that Biggie was killed by Diddy. They saying that Diddy set him up. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. I'm just dropping this real quick, right? So now they saying that Diddy was a part of him getting killed. Pay attention to this. How you think Diddy got him off? Why he got him off? That whole situation. It's because of that label. You know what I'm saying? Whoever had the power over that label that gave it, that Diddy or whatnot, man, the motherfucker went. Well, hard as hell. But whoever gave Diddy that power, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker right there. I can guarantee you that's the person that had Biggie killed. You know what I'm saying? But Diddy is the mule of that company. That's how he got the name of it. That's how he got the reputation. That's how he got the rights. That's how he got the company. Because somebody fronted him there. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was another black man from the hood too. You know what I'm saying? And then he just come out of nowhere with all bad boy record label. And he's just on top of the world. How did that happen? Where did he get that money to even invest into that type of shit? Where did that happen? What's the backstory on Diddy? You know what I'm saying? So it was somebody that fronted him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what put him in position. And with that front, he got to carry out duties. And one of his duties was to get rid of Biggie. And that's what happened. If this is the truth, like they saying that, he was a part of Biggie getting killed, if that's the case, then this is how it happened. So with that being said, if they take Diddy down, whatever, he can get up there and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, also with that Biggie situation, this is who put me on it. Even if he don't get convicted on that shit or anything, just the whole fact he going down for this sex trafficking and he getting life in prison for it anyway. He could beat every other charge he got on his name. He not gonna beat that sex trafficking. So and sex trafficking is up there with murder and all of that shit too. So it's a wrap for him anyway. He might as well go ahead and put that shit on the floor. And that's just what I was talking about with the bad boy situation. You know what I'm saying? With Biggie's situation. You know what I'm saying? Now they unveiling it, saying that he set it up. If he set it up, where did he come at from the setup in the first place? Because Biggie was his man's. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was his man's. And then all of a sudden, boom, he just whacking. Come on, bro. Come on, man. He got called on to do that. And that's what he did. He had to go on with the order. You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna ruin his chances of losing what he had. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going for that. Fuck that. That's the case, dog gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. Now, almost 30 years later, it's coming out that Diddy is the one that was behind it. You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you, whatever label or whoever fronted them, whatever happened, I can guarantee you they was the ones that set the play. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not no attorney or no prosecutor, no judge, or nothing like that. These is just my thoughts on the situation. Coming from a ex gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? Ex-convict, you know what I'm saying? Behind the walls, coming from that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? I know what the fuck is going on, you know? So at the end of the day, Diddy cooked anyway. So he might as well go ahead and take everybody out with him. He watched all of his friends for the past 30 days tell on him. There's no loyalty in this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. There's no loyalty in this shit. That's why when you grow up, you outgrow friends. You know what I'm saying? You start parting ways and you start going on your own journey and do your own thing. Because what you into, this person not really into that. Or what they into, you not really into that. You know what I'm saying? That just come with growth. You know what I'm saying? And growing. And outgrowing people. You know what I'm saying? And in this case with Diddy, everybody that he was with outgrew him. And they showing it right on TV. You know what I'm saying? Well, not necessarily on TV because this the feds. You can't have cameras in there. But you know, they draw sketches, they record everything. You know what I'm saying? All of this is being televised to the world. And it's coming from the same people that call themselves Diddy's friends, Diddy's girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Diddy bodyguard, Diddy security, Diddy this, Diddy that. You know what I'm saying? All these people was attached to Diddy somehow, some way. And all of them turned their back and said, yeah, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. So what loyalty do you really have, Diddy? Okay, you don't want to incriminate yourself. This is why you don't want to get on the stand. Your lawyer told you that. I can guarantee you, again, coming from an ex-convict, you know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you Diddy wants to open his mouth and tell on everybody. He wants to. His lawyer telling him not to. You know what I'm saying? Because again, that's going to be a whole nother chapter that got to be opened up and all of that. The lawyer probably don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and nip this shit in the bud. Just keep your mouth closed. You know, get found guilty, do your time, and go to prison. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? How about that? But that's exactly what's going on. His lawyer, like, hey, you know, did you don't open your mouth, don't say nothing, man. You know, it's going to incriminate you. It's going to put you there at the scene if you say something. So don't say anything. You know, it looked like we got a real strong case because they can't get you on racketeering, but they can get you on sex trafficking. They got you on trafficking. You know what I'm saying? But his lawyer, you know, trying to draw him out of picture, like, oh no, you know, you don't come up from up under this. You know, just don't open your mouth. It's going to incriminate you. It's going to put you on the scene. But they got the videotapes. He put on scene. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around it. He is on the scene. They have the videotapes. They raided his crib. You know what I'm saying? They got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They got actual videos of him recording these damn free calls. Like, there's no way around it, bro. No way around it. Then they got the Cassie tape from the hotel and all of this shit. Like, what? You're not coming from under this. You know what I'm saying? So you keeping your mouth closed is not a wise decision in Diddy's case. Because Diddy's case is open and closed. They just been dragging it out with this trial shit, you know, so that way everybody can say whatever the fuck they had to say. But Diddy was found guilty off the rip. You know what I'm saying? They been had that on him. He been done anyway, off the rip. You feel me? Nah. Let me go back to the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I went to the 90s and then came back to recent time. Now I'm about to go back to the 2000s. You feel me? Let's go to the 2000s. Let's jump in that time capsule. Let's go back mid 2000. You know what I'm saying? At this time, I'm a teenager. You know, early teens. What? Maybe 14, 15, something like that, right? 15, some, I don't know, somewhere around there, right? The TV show, The Band, it drops. This is P. Diddy's TV show, early 2000s. That was 20 years ago when Diddy came out with this TV show. So I already spoke on the 90s with the Bad Boy situation. Now here it is, the 2000s. Now Diddy got a TV show, Making the Band, right? Making the Band was basically him saying, hey, I want to sign some new talent to my label, Bad Boy. Bad Boy then took the fuck off since Biggie died. You know, even though Biggie was the best and biggest thing on his label, but Bad Boy then took off since Diddy. Since Biggie, right? So now I want to sign some new artists. You know what I'm saying? So here we go, Making the Band, right? I wonder why they didn't charge him with conspiracy. They don't got to. The trafficking is enough. Man, listen. Let me pour my drink. This ain't no cap. I'm about halfway deep, you know. Look, right? They don't got to. You know what I'm saying? The trafficking alone is enough. They just went through the racketeering on top, like the cherry on top type shit. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't worried about the racketeering. It's the trafficking. The trafficking is gonna bury Diddy itself. Understand? Sex trafficking is just like murder. You know what I'm saying? You might as well kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna be on some sex trafficking shit. And you know what, Black Whoop, I got a video coming up about trafficking, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much, but dog got his ass booked on that trafficking type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna drop that. It's coming, you know. Dog got 35 years. You know what I'm saying? He ain't killed nobody, nothing. It's just trafficking. You know what I'm saying? The nigga got 35 years. You know what I'm saying? That shit is like murder. Like, they don't gotta charge you with nothing else when they hit you with trafficking. Human trafficking, sex trafficking, that means you going across state lines. Anything across state lines is federal. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the FBI come pick you up and sit you in that federal prison. You know what I'm saying? Because you traveled across state lines. Whatever crime that you committed, you crossed state lines. So when you trafficking, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So they don't got to hit Diddy with nothing else. It don't matter what charges you could think of. They don't need it. You know what I'm saying? They don't need it. They got him on trafficking. That's enough. He cooked off that alone. You know what I'm saying? It's just the racketeering is the cherry on top. That's it. But they might end up cutting the racketeering, just like Harvey Levine said. They might cut the racketeering. Okay, whatever, you know. But the trafficking is going to bury him anyway. And he just spent the past 30 days on trial with everybody telling him, yeah, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. He going to be found guilty on trafficking, period. So he done. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? All right, now we got that understood. Let's go back to the band. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, with this TV series, The Band, Diddy basically saying Bad Boy Records taking off. I want to sign some new talent to the label. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that feel like they got that type of talent, come audition for the band. That was the TV show, right? So at the dead beginning, you see all these people in line auditioning for this TV series. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, it's real loud. It was the motorcycle crew. You know what I'm saying? It was the husband and wife. They was twinning on their motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to them. You know, they look like they've been married a long time. You know what I'm saying? So big salute. They rock it. You feel me? All right. Now, y'all heard that? You said what he said. He said what he said. You know what I'm saying? It's something over here that he won't. And he letting all the mother birds know, don't touch that. You know what I'm saying? Don't touch that. You know what I'm saying? Even if I leave, don't touch that. That's what he's saying. Y'all hear him? You know what I'm saying? That's a real deal. You feel me? All right. Nah, back to the band. Oh, I see his ass now. That's a big ass heart. Yeah, he not playing. Damn, I wish y'all could have seen him. That was a big ass black heart. You know what I'm saying? And he letting it be known. Don't touch my shit, because he just flew away. You know what I'm saying? So he told all them birds around here, hey, don't touch my shit. I'll be right back. You feel me? And I am a witness to this situation. You know what I'm saying? I just seen him fly away. You see, you don't hear him talking his shit no more. You know what I'm saying? He just flew the fuck away. All right? Nah. Back to the band. Yes, I'm sweating. It's fucking 90 degrees out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm off the drink. So, yeah, I'm going to sweat a little bit, but I'm still cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking. Right now, we in the time zone. We went back in the capsule. You know what I'm saying? We back in the 2000s. You feel me? And I'm 36. If you around my generation, then you understand exactly what I'm about to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So if you around early 30s to, I'm gonna just say your 40s. I'm gonna just say if you anywhere in between 30 and 40 right now, tune in. You know what I'm saying? Because you about to understand exactly what I'm about to talk about. All right. Hey, that nigga got a lowrider Tahoe. I ain't never seen that. You know what I'm saying? This nigga rolled past in a Tahoe, and the back was like dipped down, and the front was up like a lowrider. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how the fuck he did that to a Tahoe, but he did. You know what I'm saying? Lowrider Tahoe is nefarious work. All right. Now, like I said, to my 30 to 40 crowd, you know what I'm saying? We're making the band. So Diddy told all these people, Bad Boy taking off, he need to sign new artists. Come audition. Right? When he did that, it was people in line all down the street. All of y'all, like I said, in between the 30s to 40s, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Them auditioning lines for making the band was crazy. You know what I'm saying? To all my 30 to 40 crowd that was watching the band at that time, from the start to the finish, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Nah, with the line, they had the line all down the street, all around the corner. They had thousands of people auditioning for this TV series. Diddy, he's sitting there in the chair Nah, 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 nah. He don't like nobody. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was on that boy shit back then, 20 years ago, sitting there in the chair. Nah, 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 nah. And I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they got up there and audition, they as was some goofies. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? So I felt Diddy on a lot of his votes, you know, saying nah, there's a lot of them was some goofies. But to sum all that up, he ended up coming up with a crew of people that he liked, you know, and it was what, like 7 or 8 of them. I don't remember. Like I said, y'all know I don't do no research. I don't do none of that. I just go off the top of the dome. Like I promise y'all, everything that I put on this channel will come off the top of the dome. You know what I'm saying? Unless I seen the video or something, and then I show y'all the video I seen, and then I talk my shit. But I'm not no journalist or none of that. I don't do no research on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, it might have been like 6 or 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? That Diddy ended up liking at the end of the day. Okay, so he cut the whole audition thing off. He got the crew that he wanted. Now let's start the TV show, Making the Band. The audition is over. He got the crew that he wanted. So, like I said, it was like 6 or 7 of them. You know what? I'm gonna say anywhere from like 6 to 8. It might have been like anywhere from 6 to 8 people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Whatever it was. Hey, how you doing, man? Neighbors walking by. You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody coming up the street and that thing. You know. Y'all know I'm out here on the porch. So I'm chilling. Y'all know I like the nature. I like to come outside. You know. So I'm outside with it. It's hot as hell out here. You know. But anyway, we gonna get through this shit because Diddy ass ball business. You know what I'm saying? Nah, with the band, right? Diddy got down to the crew that he liked out of the whole audition. Like I said, it was anywhere like 6 to 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? The ones I remember is Dyline, Ness, Chopper, Fredo, and I think it was like 2 or 3 girls. That's the crew that I remember. I think, like I said, it might have been 1 or 2 more, you know, but them was the ones I remember. I remember it was a light skinned girl and it was a black girl that was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I think her name might have been Brooklyn or something. I don't remember. You know, but I remember it was a light skinned girl that liked to sing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the guys I named, all of them was rapping. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with that being said right there, you know what I'm saying? They was grinding they ass off. You know what I'm saying? What a time, man. If you was around back in that time, from I'ma just say from 95 to 2010, because I can't say 1990 because I was a year old, 1990. I'ma just say at least from 95 to 2010. What a time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? That was a hell of a time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with these people on the band, this was like one of the first real black TV shows that had actual people from the hood that really wanted to make it out. And the band members grinding. They was grinding their ass off every single day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it. You seen them in the booth. You seen them writing their raps, all of that. The shit that you don't see these rappers do, your favorite rappers and all that, this shit that you don't see them do, that's what they was doing on the band. They was showing exactly what your favorite artists do on the daily. before they drop that hot track that you like. You know what I'm saying? Or every time you cut on the radio, it's a new song from your favorite artist. But they don't show what they go through. You know what I'm saying? To make that hot track, that damn track that did 1 million streams, they don't show the work that they had to put in to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what the band was about. You know? And with that whole TV series, it just showed you how hard they actually work. You know what I'm saying? How, what can I say? What true hustlers was. That's what true hustling was back then. Back then you had Rap City, The Basement, you had the band, you had 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? You had a couple of TV shows that was like for the black people in the hood type shit. And it was like, it was showing us like, look, you can come from the hood and you can make it. You know what I'm saying? These the type of TV shows that we was watching. That was like showing the niggas from the hood, like, look, you can come from the hood and you can make it. And the band was one of them shows at that time. You know what I'm saying? America was great back then. Hey, man, listen, swear to God, you ain't lying. You know that. You know that. Straight up. Swear to God it was, man. Hey, you know, not to sidetrack you, but real quick, you know, when I was a kid, my daddy told me, he was like, this is the best time of your life. And my daddy dead and gone. He been dead and gone since 2013. So he been gone 12 years. And y'all know I don't play about my daddy. My daddy was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no cap. My daddy told me, you know, he like, you know, enjoy your time while you got it, you know, because you're going to be grown and you're going to be paying bills and shit like that. And it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't understood. I didn't understand what he was saying back then at that time. You know what I'm saying? Back then I was maybe like 14, 15 when he said that, you know. But he like, hey, enjoy your time being a kid right now, because when you become an adult, them bills get real. You know what I'm saying? And I see exactly what the fuck he was talking about, you know. But anyway, let's get back to the band, right? So the band was basically the inside business of what the industry really is, what it takes to really be successful. That's what the band was. The band showed you what it took to become successful, especially coming from the hood. So everybody from the hood tuned in to the band. I told y'all, me and my boys, we've been on the block since we was 5, 6 years old. No lie. We've been outside since we was this big. Swear to God, on the block. You know what I'm saying? We've been on the block so long that our neighbors loved us. We didn't have no problems. The neighbors never called the cops on us. None of that. And we posted up in front of their cribs, all type of shit. And it's all because we've been outside since we was kids, since we was little bitty kids. So our neighbors always knew who we was. So we never had no problems. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, with the band, like I said, us always being outside, all of that, man, look, when the band come on, when that new episode of the band drop, man, I'm gonna tell you, it was a couple of TV shows we had go in the house for, you know, basically, damn mosquitoes, basically anything that was on BET. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? 106 in Park, Rap City, The Basement, you know, BET Awards, anything that was BET, we went in the house for that. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. The band was one of them type of TV shows we'd go in the house for. You know what I'm saying? So we'd be on the block, we'd be all talking shit. We'd be like, oh man, shit, the band about to come on. That new episode about to come on. You know what I'm saying? Either we are all going in the same house together, because again, we've been on the block since we was little boys. So all our parents knew each other, all our neighbors, knew each other, everything. We was all good. So it wasn't no problem for us to go in each other's houses to watch a TV show with each other, shit like that. So either we'd depart ways and go in our own house to go watch TV shows, or we'd go in the same crib to watch the TV show. Either way it went, the band was one of them TV shows that we went in the house to go watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Every episode, every week, we would all go in, go watch that TV, that episode. You know what I'm saying? Because we understood them. You know what I'm saying? Now, after the episode is over with, we all come back on the block. We all be on the block talking about it. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit about the episode, what happened, all of that. I'm gonna tell y'all this. All right, back then, Chopper, he was my favorite. You know what I'm saying? He was my favorite out the crew. You know what I'm saying? But all them boys was raw. You know what I'm saying? Ness, Fredo, all them boys, they was raw. You know what I'm saying? But Chopper was my favorite. You feel me? Like, I felt like Chopper was the one that was gonna make it out there shit. You feel me? Like, if the rest of them just so happened to fall, I felt like Chopper was the one that was gonna be successful out there shit, right? Y'all see that? That's one of my gray hairs. I only got a couple of these motherfuckers, but this gray hair right here, they like to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? So y'all might see that here and there. That's one of my gray hairs that like to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, with the band, like I said, they was grinding hard as hell. Swear to God, they was, man, dog. I swear to God, every time a new episode come on, we went in the house, and we was the boys that was always outside. Like, we wasn't in the house. We didn't learn how to cook or none of that because we was always outside. We was always on the block. You know what I'm saying? Even as shorties on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? It'd be snow. It'd be a blizzard on Christmas Day. Swear to God, me and my boys, we'd be outside on the block with our gifts. We showing each other the gifts we got. Why it's a blizzard going on, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, back in that time, being on the block was the thing. Like, we did not stay in the house. And our parents was cool. They were like, shit, fuck you, go outside, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like how it is nowadays. Parents want their kids in the house because it's not safe and all of that. Back then, I ain't even had to ask my parents to go outside. I just walk outside. Peace out. My parents ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I live with my mama and my daddy. I ain't had to ask them. I just go outside. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Like, it was different back then, you know? But anyway, we all watched the band. Chopper was everybody's favorite. Hey, swear to God, dog. Because he had the swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the look. He had the swag. He had the raps. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Chopper was like a Lil Wayne Jr. at the time. And everybody know Wayne was on fire. You know what I'm saying? From the 90s all the way to the 2011, 2012, 2013 days. Like, Wayne was that nigga for like 20 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And then Chopper like came in like right in the middle of that era. You know what I'm saying? And Chopper kind of had his look. You know, he kind of had his flows. He had his hustle. Like, Chopper was like the next Lil Wayne type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Chopper was he was everybody's favorite. Real talk. But like I said, the rest of them boys were solid. You know what I'm saying? All of them can rap their ass off. All of them. Everybody I named. All of them. Them niggas was cold. All of them. I fucked with all of them. But Chopper was just the hardest one. Like, he had the look. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. To be honest, to be all the way honest, I think Fredo might have been the hardest one on some real nigga shit. But Fredo was just too hood. He was way too hood. Like he lived by the street code. You know what I'm saying? And of course, everybody up there lived by the same code and everything. But Fredo, he was cut different. He wasn't playing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he got booted so damn quickly. But I think Fredo was the hardest one on some real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just Chopper had to look, and he was just the guy. You know. But anyway, they all was grinding hard, hustling like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? To uh, be a part of this show, right? So they all grinding. They doing their thing, right? Diddy as he pop up every once in a while, critique their music, you know. Basically they in the booth every day, coming up with music, all type of shit. They combining their music, all of that. You know what I'm saying? To prove to Diddy that they worthy of his bad boy label, right? So when Diddy come make his rounds to hear what they got to say, they put their music together and let him listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And basically, yeah, nah, I don't like this. I ain't like that. I like that. I like this. Woo, woo. That's all Diddy was doing, you know. And basically, while he watching them rehearse or whatever, he be like, you know what? Instead of doing this, do that. Instead of doing that, do this. That's what Diddy would do throughout the whole show. Other than that, the whole show was about the band grinding to become successful. Diddy would just pop in with his little critiques and then he'd be gone. So basically, the whole show was about the band. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't watch it for Diddy or none of that. Like, it was just some real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with it. Everybody fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. That was one of our shows. You know. So next thing you know, the episode dropped, and it was like, how can I put it? Back then with the TV shows, I mean, I'm pretty sure they still do it now. But back then with the TV shows, they like prep you for the next week's episode. You know what I'm saying? And basically, they was prepping us for the next episode, which was Diddy having them walk across town to get him a slice of cheesecake, type shit. Walk. You know what I'm saying? Now, when that episode finally dropped, that's exactly what it was. He wanted them to walk all the way to this one cheesecake place that he liked and bring him back a slice of cheesecake. Not a whole cake for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just a slice for him. When that happened, I was like, yeah, I don't fuck with Diddy. Like, that nigga a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do that? That shit lame as hell. Like, what are you talking about? Like, these people trying to be successful. These people trying to get on the level that you on. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about some walk across town for a slice of cheesecake. And he was dead ass. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like this was a joke, for fun, laugh, giggle, content. No. Diddy was serious. He wanted that goddamn slice of cheesecake, and he wanted all of them to walk over there and get it. Matter of fact, whoever got over there the fastest is the winner. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, when that episode dropped, I was done with Diddy. Like, all the way. I didn't like him anyway. You know what I'm saying? But when the episode dropped, I was done with it. And, of course, all of them, they took that walk, to go get the cheesecake or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's big airplane right there. You know what I'm saying? But all of them, they took that walk halfway across town, wherever they had to go. You know what I'm saying? They took that walk to get that damn cheesecake for him, And it just show and prove how hard they was grinding. Not only they had to write their own rhymes and, rehearse it and all of that, They had to walk all the way across town to satisfy this man, and they had to do everything on camera. Some shit that shouldn't even be on camera, they had to do on camera. You know what I'm saying? To prove their loyalty, to prove that they really want to be a part of this label. You know what I'm saying? They did the background shit of the rappers that you love. They did the background on the forefront. That's what the band was. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. So with them basically, I'm pulling up again. This ain't no cap. Caught up again, you know. But yeah, you know, with Diddy doing that, I was done with Diddy for sure after that. And like I said, that was like early 2000s when that happened. You know, I was like, this nigga Diddy, he was shady. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him. Because why you doing that to these people? These people ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? And then you rich as hell and you got it like that. Like, what? You can have somebody in your circle walk over there to that cheesecake place and get you a slice of cheesecake. Why is you playing with the people that is actually trying to get a part of this label, trying to get on with this label? Why is you playing with them like that? They supposed to be grinding right now, and you telling them to walk across town to get you, not them. Not saying, oh, this place got the best cheesecake in the world. I want y'all to walk over there to go grab it. I'm gonna pay for it. You know, y'all try it yourself. Let it be known how y'all feel. That'd be one thing. But no, he wanted them to walk over there for him. From that moment, I knew then, you know what I'm saying, that he wasn't no good. You know, he wasn't no good. I knew it from that moment. He wasn't no good. So I was turned off on Diddy back then. You know what I'm saying? Early mid 2000s, I was turned off on him. I was never a fan of Diddy. I never fucked with him. None of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not in P Diddy's corner at all. That's my whole point of all of this. You know, I'm just coming from a real perspective. You know, and I'm one of them types. Like, I don't play that snitching shit or none of that. I never snitched on nobody in my life. Can't nobody ever tell you I snitched or I was in anybody paperwork or anybody crime or none of that. Like, even my own crime, I went to prison for it. I was my own co-defendant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no co-defendants. I was on my own case. You know what I'm saying? I never told on nobody. So I'm one of them types, like, I'm Snitch K for real. You know what I'm saying? I know who killed my man back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When shit happened. You feel me? And I didn't tell on them. And the police basically had me in they whole little, you know, in their interrogation room trying to ask me questions, you know. And the whole time I'm like, I don't know. And I knew who they was. You know what I'm saying? The cops telling me like, hey, you know, them guys stay around the corner from you. We know that you know them. Blah 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 blah. Go ahead and give them up. No, that was me. And they the ones that told me my man's died. You know what I'm saying? So not only they locked me up, they told me my man's died. And they like, look, we know who did it. We know you know who they is. Go ahead and give them up. I still did it. You know what I'm saying? That's on B's. I still did it. You know? So I'm one of them snitch caves for sure. You know. But in his defense, what's up, Wally? All right, bro? All right, man. But in his defense, he not coming from a street guy's perspective. You know what I'm saying? This man been rich for the past 30-something years. You know what I'm saying? He don't live off street rules. So he don't gotta go by street code. And street code is don't tell on nobody. He don't live by street code. He live by rich man code. You know what I'm saying? And the rich man code is, we dominoes, baby. If I fall, everybody else go with me. So I didn't like him since the band. I didn't like him before that, but the band basically solidified why I did not like Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Because of that whole cheesecake run, I was not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? But I continued to watch the show because I was interested in them. You know what I'm saying? Flat out. And they would take trips, go back to their hoods, see their people, everything. Like, it was real shit. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with them. And they was grinding. You know what I'm saying? They'd go to the hood real quick, chop it up with their people, and they'd get back to the booth. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was real shit, So I fucked with the band. You know what I'm saying? Nah. After that happened with the whole cheesecake run, next thing you know, excuse me, my neighbors walking by, my neighbors speaking to me, I'm speaking back. This live and this real. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my porch and my neighbors, they walk up and down the street, they pull up things like that, them my neighbors. But back to the band. So after the whole little cheesecake run, next thing you know, the band disappeared. It was over with. The show was done and gone. Don't know what happened. It was just over with. None of them didn't get signed. They didn't become no millionaires. They wasn't in the videos. None of that. And the whole TV series was about Diddy signing a new group of people to his label. And he had this core group, which was the band. And he didn't sign none of them. Not only he didn't sign none of them, he dropped the whole damn TV series as one. You know what I'm saying? After he got his cheesecake, he dropped the whole damn TV series. What the fuck? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Don't know. The band disappeared. That was that. Now let's fast forward the tape a little bit. That was the mid 2000s. Now this about 2009, 2010, 2011, around that era. Cassie Ventura pop out on the scene. She made a song. I don't remember what song she made. Probably don't nobody remember the song that she made. But she made a song and she caught everybody's attention because of her look. She was foreign, she was bad as hell, and she had a nice, sweet ass voice. Back then, the skinny girls was popping. You know what I'm saying? Now it's the thick BBWs, all of that, BBLs, titties, ass everywhere. Back then, it was the skinniest girl possible. You know what I'm saying? And Cassie fit that description with a beautiful face. You know what I'm saying? So Cassie was running the streets just off of her look. You know what I'm saying? Diddy snatched her up instantly. Come here. What happened? She became his girlfriend. She doing everything with him. She going everywhere with him. She taking pictures with him, smiling, laughing. Everything was great. You know what I'm saying? She was with him for 10 years. He been doing the freak off since the 90s. That ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So by the time he got intertwined with her, he was already a good 10 years deep on freak offs. He got with her. He put her in the limelight. He doing what he doing with her. You mean to tell me she didn't know nothing about None of that. Come on, man. Stop lying. She was in on it. She was doing it. And I spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? When he first got locked up, I said Cassie was in on this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole hotel thing popped up. When that popped up, they got to doing research on it, and they said she the one that booked the damn rooms and the damn sex workers to be there. She just so happened to get beat up by Diddy while she was there. But she was in on it. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that she was in on it. Well, with all that being said, Cassie lived a good life off of Diddy for like a good 10 years. Then she turned around and got with, what is it? Personal trainer. He had got her or some shit. He got her a personal trainer. She ended up falling in love with the guy. Now they married. Blah blah, all that shit, right? So she went and married this guy that was supposed to be there to help her out. She married him, left Diddy. You know what I'm saying? She left Diddy, lived a good life for a couple of years. Next thing you know, she pop up with a lawsuit against Diddy. The lawsuit she pop up with against Diddy, Diddy folded instantly. He offered her $50 million. Shut up. Put that under the table. Cassie accepted. That's that. Right after that, next thing you know, Diddy get indicted. You know what I'm saying? On all these charges, all type of shit. Right after he paid Cassie off. Literally, when she filed that suit, he paid her off within like 24 to 48 hours. Paid her right off. And that shit was done. And then right after that, he federally got indicted. People saying it was because the deal he had with Ciroc, and he got into it with them and he was trying to go against them. So they basically exposed them. That's how this case happened. Blah, 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 blah. Cassie whole little situation was just the icing on the cake. Blah, 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 blah. You know. No matter what it is, it's here. You know what I'm saying? So, with all that being said, even with his own girlfriend on the stand telling on him, everybody turned on him. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the members from the band. I'm gonna just say Chopper. Chopper been on a couple of interviews saying he got Diddy situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, Chopper been on a few interviews. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything that's being said is backfiring on him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody turned their back on him. No matter how he fed anybody, what he did for anybody, what he did for anybody, all we know is what we seen. But behind the scene, we don't know what Diddy did for these people, because he did something for them because they was around him. You know what I'm saying? But now that shit is real, everybody pointing the finger at it. So, with that being said, like I said, I feel like Diddy should just pop up out the grave one of these days and get on the stand and tell on everybody. You know? Tell on everybody. Fuck you. You already was disloyal to everybody, and that's been proven since the 90s. You was disloyal to Biggie. Supposedly you got him off. Then the 2000s came. You made the band. You was disloyal to them. You made them work for Cheesecake, and you destroyed them. All is one at the same time. Then you got with Cassie some years later. You had her a part of everything that you was doing. You know she was in on the shit. And everybody else that you had involved over the time. Now your day then came where the feds came and got you and said, "Hey, you going to jail, buddy," and they grabbed you and they took you to jail, and now you in there for the fight for your life. And with the fight for your life is over with, and it's been proven within at least these past 30 days. If nothing else, since the time P. Diddy been locked up, proving that he is done for, these past 30 days proved it. Everybody got on the stand and told on him. So Diddy's best bet, pull that Uno reverse card and tell on all of them. Yup. Just like they got on the stand and said, I did this and that. Guess what? They was there too. They was a part of it too. They did that too. Yup. Go get them. Look into that. Diddy not coming home. You know what I'm saying? No matter how anybody feel, no matter even with his defense being at risk, they done with the situation. They ready to hear the prosecution. They ready to hear the jury. They ready to deliberate. They ready to be done. Right? The lawyer is tired of this Diddy case. He ready to be done with it. The lawyer know that Diddy is done. Diddy know that he is done. When you in custody on a crime, yeah, you know if you gonna get out or if you about to do some time. You yourself know. So even with Diddy himself, he know that he done. Everybody know that Diddy is done. So before you know what I'm saying, go ahead, sit in the can for the rest of your life, Diddy. Go ahead, air everybody out. Clear out this whole Hollywood underbelly. Clear it out. You know what I'm saying? Put it on the floor. Let us know. Let the world know. Because this didn't start with P. Diddy. I can guarantee you it didn't. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on for years. It's just that P. Diddy was the one that got caught up. And we all knowing that P. Diddy is the horse of this whole situation. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth what actually happened. Even if it take Diddy a whole week worth of time to be on the stand to tell about everybody and everybody that was involved in it, everybody that had something to do with it. Even if it take him a whole week to explain all of that on the stand, guess what? The stand will be there to listen to it. Because it's way bigger than P. Diddy. And everybody knows this. He just got caught. You know what I'm saying? And P. Diddy lawyer playing him because his lawyer don't want to have nothing else to do with it. He already got paid. He done with this situation. He know that Diddy is done. Let's wrap this shit up. Don't get on the stand. Don't say nothing. It's going to incriminate you. Blah, 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 blah. You already incriminated, bro. And everybody got on the stand against you. You got video footage and your people got on the stand on you. There's nothing else to it. So go ahead, pull that reverse card on everybody and tell on all of them same people that had something to say about you. Tell on them. Fuck you. You about to go to prison for the rest of your life and be somebody's girlfriend anyway. P. Diddy. You about to do that anyway. So why not go ahead and take all of them with you? So they can feel the same way you feeling. They're going to live the same life that you living. They're going to understand where it is, where you coming from. Fuck you. Who cares if anybody label you a snitch or any of that? So what? You gone for the rest of your life. It don't matter if you keep your mouth closed or if you tell on everybody. You are gone. Within the next year and a half, maybe 2 years, ain't nobody gonna be talking about no P. Diddy. It's gonna be over with. P. Diddy is done. You know what I'm saying? So before he go ahead and close the casket on himself, take a couple of them with you. Matter of fact, take all of them with you. Tell on all of them. You know what I'm saying? Let the world know. Because the world been saying this about Hollywood. We knew that it was some shady shit going on with Hollywood, but now it's coming to the forefront. And P. Diddy, you lived your life. You've been rich for the past 30-some years. You've been in all the videos. You done did everything. You done had people walk across town, get you a slice of cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? You done had the baddest of the baddest. You done live a motherfucking life. You did it. So before you go ahead and tell on everybody. Let it be known. Because you're not getting out after this, and you're going to be somebody's girlfriend in prison anyway. So you might as well go ahead, open your mouth, and say what you got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm coming at with all of this. It only makes sense that way. Other than that, Diddy, your ass a goofy if you don't get on the stand and open your mouth. You a goofy. Because you already cooked anyway. There's nothing that is going to turn this around for you. So your best bet is to go ahead and bring everybody with you. You know what I'm saying? It's been another live stream. Roll up the power. So get your blunt rolled and your drink poured.